On Global TV News Express, President Tinubu to attend Sustainability Summit in United Arab Emirates. United States government returns $52.8 million linked to former Petroleum Minister Diezani Alison Madueke. In business, federal government services debt with 47% budget vote. On the foreign scene, deadly wildfires rage across Los Angeles as fierce winds threaten more destruction. And in sports, Naomi Osaka to play Australian Open after devastating injury pullout. Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to News Express on Global Television, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Queen Agaba. A quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365 and free to air on Nigecomsat. President Bola Tinubu is set to attend the 2025 edition of Abu Dhabi Sustainability Week in the United Arab Emirates, which will take place from January 12 to 18. This was made known in a statement issued by the Special Advisor to the President on Information and Strategy, Bayo Onanuga. According to the statement, the President will depart Abuja on Saturday, January 11th, to participate in the summit. Onanuga added that Tinubu's trip is on the invitation of the President of the United Arab Emirates, Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan. The Court of Appeal in Abuja has ordered a fresh hearing in the legal battle over the disputed Kano Emirate involving Ado Bayero. A three-member panel led by Justice Mohammed Mustafa held that the judgment delivered by the lower court on July 15th is a nullity, as the appellant's rights to a fair hearing were breached. The court stated that the Kano High Court was unfair to Bayero by conducting proceedings without serving him a hearing notice to enable him to present his case. Hence, Justice Mustafa held that all courts of law are bound to ensure justice for all parties by giving them equal opportunities. Meanwhile, in a split decision of 2 justices to 1, the Court of Appeal in Abuja barred the Federal High Court in Kano from adjudicating over the Kano Emirate legal battle. The appellate court held that the court has no jurisdiction to dabble into the Kano State chieftaincy matters on the ground that such a case can only be determined by the Kano High Court. Justice Gabriel Kolawole, who delivered the lead judgment, held that the Federal High Court has no business adjudicating over the chieftaincy matters, but ordered that the matter be returned to the Kano State High Court, being the proper court for such matters. A yet-to-be-named officer seen in a viral video with Wahab and Rahim, sons of billionaire businessman Chief Razak Okoya, has been detained by the Nigerian Force for Naira Abuse. This was disclosed by the first public relations officer, Olumuyiwa Adejobi, on his X handle, as he described the moment captured in the video involving the police officer as unethical and contrary to the values of the force. He stressed that disciplinary action is underway to address the misconduct. Zamfara State Governor Dauda Lawal has assured the Ministry of Livestock Development that Zamfara State has available spaces and is ready for ranching. The governor, who visited the headquarters of the Livestock Ministry on a courtesy visit to Minister Idi Meha, in a statement by his spokesperson Sulaiman Bala Idris, revealed that Zamfara, being an agrarian state, plays a significant role in the mandate of the Ministry of Livestock Development. The statement added that the ministry was created in July 2024 to reform Nigeria's livestock industry, create a safe environment, encourage local and foreign investment, and enhance food security. On aviation, the Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, Festus Keyamo, is exploring cutting-edge technological solutions to bolster safety, operational efficiency, and sustainability across Nigeria's airports. Special Advisor on Media and Communications to the Minister, Tunde Moshood, disclosed this in a statement, noting that Keyamo stated this when he visited the HOG Technologies, a global leader in runway de-rubberization equipment at their headquarters in Sturt, Florida. He stressed that the minister was accompanied by the MD CEO of Banks Fort Group Limited, Mr. Adedayo Bankole, and CEO of International Trade Exchange, LLC, representatives of Hog Technologies in Nigeria and Africa, Mr. Bishop Adejube. The government of the United States of America, USA, has repatriated the sum of $52.88 million it said was traced to former Petroleum Resource Minister Diezani Madueke. The U.S. ambassador to Nigeria, Richard Mills Jr., led a delegation that executed the assets return agreement at the Federal Ministry of Justice headquarters in Abuja on Friday. Signing the agreement on behalf of the federal government, the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Prince Lateef Fagbemi, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, disclosed that the $52.88 million arose from the forfeiture of Galactica assets linked to the ex-minister and her associates. He maintained that the development was not only a testament to the unwavering commitment of both nations to fight corruption, but also it signified the commitment of the USA to facilitate restitution and support integrity and accountability in governance. The government of the United States of America has repatriated the sum of $52.88 million it says was traced to former Petroleum Resources Minister Diezani Madueke. The U.S. ambassador to Nigeria, Richard Mills Jr., led a delegation that executed the assets return agreement at the Federal Ministry of Justice headquarters in Abuja on Friday. Signing the agreement on behalf of the federal government, the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Prince Lateef Fagbemi, disclosed that the $52.88 million arose from the forfeiture of Galactica assets linked to the ex-minister and her associates. He maintained that the development was not only a testament to the unwavering commitment of both nations to fight corruption, but also signifies the commitment of the USA to facilitate restitution and support integrity and accountability in governance. Operatives of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, have arrested 4 Chinese nationals and 101 Nigerians in a business apartment in the Gudu area of Abuja over suspected internet fraud. The commission announced the arrest via its X-handle, saying the suspects comprising 6 males, 30 were allegedly involved in a hotel review job scam targeting victims and hotels in Europe and other parts of the world. According to the anti-graft agency, the suspects will be charged to court upon the conclusion of investigations. Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde has approved the appointment of Prince Abimbola Owode as the new Alaafin of Oyo. The announcement was made in a statement by the Commissioner for Information and Orientation, Dotun Oyelade, stating that Owode was chosen after intensive consultation and traditional divinations conducted by the Oyo Kingmakers, the Oyo Messi. The statement added that Prince Abimbola Akim Owode, after thorough consultations and divinations, has been recommended by the Oyo Messi and approved by Governor Seyi Makinde as the new Alaafin of Oyo. Imo State government has reaffirmed its commitment to prioritizing the welfare of families of Nigeria's fallen heroes who died defending the sovereignty of the nation. Governor Hope Uzodinma made this pledge while launching the 2025 Armed Forces Remembrance Day emblem at the Sam Mbakwe Executive Council Chamber, Government House, Owerri. Our correspondent Amarachi Ibe has details.
The governor noted that the emblem symbolizes the nation's gratitude to the gallant men and women who put their life on line to safeguard the country's territorial integrity, stating his administration's commitment to a comprehensive approach in caring for the families of the fallen heroes. The event also provided an opportunity for the Imo State chapter of Nigerian Legion to appeal for increased support from the state government.
The event reminds us that the labors of our heroes past were not in vain. It also gives psychological reassurance and motivation to the serving soldiers to put in their best in the service of their fatherland. Seeing that the living and the fallen heroes are remembered, celebrated, and their dependents cared for by the government and people of goodwill.
Similarly, Chairperson of the Military Widows Association, Imo State Chapter, Joy Moses, expressed gratitude to the government for its consistent care and support for their members.
Honorable Commissioner, please help us to say thank you to her. She has chosen us as her project. There is nothing she will be doing without us. She encourages us. She empowers us. Please, we are very grateful.
A significant part of the event was the presentation of a brand new bus to the Nigerian Legion, Imo State Chapter, by the state government.
I urge you to keep fit and keep doing what you know how to do well, supporting the government and protecting our environment, and by way of information, contacting the security agencies with useful information that will enable them do their work very effectively.
As the nation remembers its heroes, Imo State government continues to honor their sacrifices and support their families. Amarachi Ibe, reporting for Global TV News.
The federal government has said that it is deepening its security partnerships with the People's Republic of China for local arms production and military training. It says this forms part of its broader strategy to tackle terrorism and other forms of insecurity within and outside its borders. Nigeria's Minister of Foreign Affairs, Yusuf Tigan, stated this when he briefed State House correspondents after President Bola Tinubu received China's Foreign Minister Wang Yi at the Aso Rock Villa, Abuja on Thursday. Wang Yi is on a 4-nation week-long Africa tour, which ends on Saturday, after stops in Namibia, Congo, Nigeria, and Chad. You're watching the News Express on Global Television, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja, where News Express returns. Marketers and oil firms sign deal to build 50,000 barrels per day refinery. Details of this, as well as foreign and sports stories, coming right after this break. Please stay with us. Many thanks for staying with us. If you've just joined us, this is Global Television, bringing you live broadcast of the News Express. In business, reports gathered say debt servicing consumed 47% of the federal government's total expenditure in the first 9 months of 2024. An analysis of data from the Central Bank of Nigeria's latest quarterly statistics bulletin highlights the growing burden of debt repayment obligations and its implications for Nigeria's fiscal sustainability. In the first 9 months of 2024, the federal government spent 8.94 trillion naira on debt servicing, a sharp increase of 56.8% from 5.69 trillion naira in the corresponding period of 2023. The debt cost accounted for nearly half of the 18.97 trillion naira total expenditure for the period, compared to 42% of the 13.57 trillion naira spent in 2023. The rapid servicing ratio reflects Nigeria's increasing dependence on borrowing to fund its budgetary operations, particularly as fiscal deficits continue to widen. Nigeria's efforts to boost its refining capacity seems to be paying off, as petroleum product retailers signed a deal with 3 oil companies to establish a 50,000 barrels per day capacity refinery The Petroleum Products Retail Outlet Owners Association of Nigeria, Petron, had signed an agreement with Calridge Petroleum Company Limited, Oasis Petrochemical Products Limited, and Afrintech. The national president of Petron, Billy Gillis Harry, in an interview said that the agreement was signed to give Nigerians affordable fuel. According to him, the refinery will be sited in Akwa Ibom State. It could be recalled that the association said in November that it would import and sell PMS below the cost offered by the Dangote refinery and the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited. However, Gillis Harry said the import agreement had been cancelled for the establishment of a refinery. The Chief Executive Officer of Financial Derivatives, Bismarck Rwani, has expressed support for the proposed telecom tariff hike, citing its potential to enhance productivity and moderate inflation in the economy. Speaking on a television program, Rwani highlighted the economic benefits of the tariff adjustment, which has been proposed by telecom operators and is currently under review by the Nigerian Communications Commission. Telecom operators have submitted a proposal to the NCC seeking a 100% increase in tariffs to address rising operational costs, including inflation and higher service delivery expenses. On the foreign scene, the Kremlin has said that President Vladimir Putin was open to talks with Donald Trump after the incoming U.S. president said a meeting between the pair was being set up. Putin's spokesman, Dmitry Peskov, told reporters that the president has repeatedly stated his openness to contact with international leaders, including the U.S. president. Trump, who will be inaugurated on January 20th, has repeatedly said he can bring a swift end to the nearly 3-year conflict between Russia and Ukraine without presenting a concrete plan. South Korea's presidential security chief said there must be no bloodshed if investigators attempt to execute another arrest warrant for impeached President Yoon Suk-yeol over his failed martial law bid. Yoon has refused questioning and last week resisted arrest in a tense standoff between his guards and investigators after his short-lived power grab plunged South Korea into its worst political crisis in decades. Investigators seeking to question Yoon on insurrection charges linked to his ill-fated declaration of martial law secured a new arrest warrant this week after an initial 7-day order expired on Monday. Meanwhile, South Korea's presidential security chief, who has been leading guards protecting the impeached President Yoon Suk-yeol, has resigned. The country's interim leader's office made this known, saying it is true. An official from the acting president's office said when asked about the reported resignation of Kang Seon-jun. Wildfires in Los Angeles have killed at least 10 people, and forecasters warn more high winds may fan the flames further. Los Angeles medical examiner confirmed 10 fire-related deaths on Thursday evening. Los Angeles County Sheriff Robert Luna said it had not been safe to reach many hard-hit areas and the death toll is absolutely going to change. Officials warn more high winds could further fan the flames as the wind forecast and drought conditions mean a red flag warning, indicating critical fire conditions is in place across Southern California. 5 fires are still burning and a man has been detained on suspicion of starting the latest. In sports, the National Association of Nigerian Students have distanced itself and disowned Abdul Yakin Odunayo, who claimed to be the clerk of the NANS Senate, where he purportedly threatened a nationwide protest over the appointment of Eric Shell as the head coach of the Super Eagles. A statement by the NANS Senate President Babatunde Akinteye in Ibadan, the Oyo State capital, said his position was baseless, fraudulent, and does not represent the stance of the leadership of NANS, nor does it reflect the sentiments of Nigerian students nationwide. Akinteye insisted that the said person holds no position in the organization as claimed, urging ECHO and the Nigerian Football Federation to disregard the threat of protest. In tennis, Naomi Osaka has declared that she would for sure play her first round match at the Australian Open after suffering an abdominal injury last week. The Japanese star reached her first final since 2022 last week in Auckland, only to retire injured after winning the first set against Denmark's Clara Tauson. Meanwhile, Andy Murray has said that he is ready to be on the receiving end of Novak Djokovic's higher in pressure moment at the Australian Open, with a unique opportunity to coach him worth it. The Serbian 24-time Grand Slam winner, Djokovic, made the shock decision to hire Murray in November, just months after the Scot played time on his playing career. World number one Jannik Sinner has said that he did not know when the highest court in sport will deliver its verdict, as ATP chairman Andre Guardenzi stressed the Italian's doping case was run by the book. Defending Australian Open champion, Sinner twice tested positive for traces of the steroid clostebol in March. He was exonerated by the International Tennis Integrity Agency, which accepted his explanation that the drug entered his system when his physio used a spray containing it to treat a cut, then provided massage and sports therapy to the player. The World Anti-Doping Agency, WADA, appealed to the Court of Arbitration for Sports, and Sinner is awaiting the verdict with a suspension possible. To end the Global TV News Express, here is a recap of our top stories. President Bola Tinubu is set to attend the 2025 edition of Abu Dhabi Sustainability Week in the United Arab Emirates, which will take place from January 12 to 18. The government of the United States of America, USA, has repatriated the sum of $52.88 million it said was traced to former Petroleum Resources Minister Diezani Madueke. In business, reports gathered say debt servicing consumed 47% of the federal government's total expenditure in the first 9 months of 2024. On the foreign scene, wildfires in Los Angeles have killed at least 10 people, and forecasters warn more high winds may fan the flames further. And in sports, we told you Naomi Osaka has declared that she would for sure play her first round match at the Australian Open after suffering an abdominal injury last week. And that's it on Global Television News Express. A quick reminder that Global TV is on DSTV, channel 365, on Star Times, channel 276, and free to air on Nigecomsat. Kindly follow us across all social media platforms using @GlobalTVNG and other handles now showing on your screen. I am Queen Agaba. Thank you for watching and see you again.